Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on a time zone. Now, yesterday, the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna was on Citizen TV with Okwara, and there is something Edwin Sifuna made very clear when he was asked a question about the candidate he might support for the presidency in 2027. One thing that Sifuna made clear is that he might support any candidate, but not William Samoei Ruto. That is his position as an individual.
In summary on question 2, which candidate are you supporting? I have said anyone but Ruto. I will not vote for Ruto.
Now, then it came to the issue of how ODM is going to partner with the other like-minded to win the next general election. Sifuna has responded to this, and his views are very far different from what other ODM people think of. In his own mind, he believed that the easiest way for ODM to go to the opposition is by supporting or working with the UDA. That is his conclusion. And so for that matter, ODM should work with other like-minded people who have worked before with Raila Odinga. And who are these people? Kalonzo Musyoka, Ichama ya Uhuru Kenyatta, Jubilee, Kina Fred Matiang'i. That is the team that he is talking about. But Raila did not work with the UDA. So for that matter, Sifuna believes that UDA is heading to nowhere. What's your views on this?
If you were to quote ODM, is that what you see could be a possible values?
Personally, my view is this, that ODM should seek partners who can be able to make us win an election.
Do you think?
And I have said here...
Do you think Matiang'i can make you win an election?
Let me finish. For me, the easiest way for ODM to end up in opposition again is to join up with UDA. Because I know for a fact Ruto is going home. That one I am convinced 100%. I just don't see a pathway for him to power. You know? So, any other person who can help ODM to be able to win, let the party leader go and sit down with them and talk and have a conversation about saving this country.
Okay,
not just about who's going to become president and deputy president.
You are open to conversations with all other political formations.
This is a resolution of an organ of ODM, and as a member of ODM, I am bound by that resolution.
I am asking.
They have said it themselves here.
Views.
They have said it here.
Okay, so allow me to ask this again.
Yes.
Your personal views, as a Kenyan, as an individual, as a human being that you have told us tonight that you are, you would be open to conversations with other political formations because, hang on.
Why don't you allow me to go with the
because,
statement of the party?
No. The very statement of the party that you have quoted said that you are open to conversations with other political formations, beginning with UDA.
Which is okay.
That is fine. Yeah. Now, you have clearly said here that you do not believe that UDA is a fit for. Now, is that your personal view or is that your view as SG?
That's my personal view.
Good.
Yeah.
So, your personal view then about these other formations, would they be worth speaking with?
I have told you these other formations have walked the journey with us. Many of them, including this Kina Kalonzo and Kina Jubilee and the others. And I have said, if Baba saw something in them, surely there is something in them in terms of shared values with ODM. So let the people who've been charged with those conversations have those conversations. As a member of the party, I will wait patiently to receive a report that says this is what Matiang'i told us, this is what Wiper told us, this is what Ruto told us.
Because
as members, where should we
Sifuna, you seem very categorical, personally, on not working with UDA.
Yeah.
But you seem to not be committal and going back to your views as SG
I have committed.
about the possibility of speaking with other formations.
I have said These people have worked with us, Yvonne. How many times do you want me to answer the question? Let us talk to them the way the Central Committee told us that they were going to do. When this report comes, let us make a decision on a values conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Do you believe that you and, say, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa and his DCP formation share values?
I would have to know what their values are. What are their values? This is a party that is less than, is it 6 months or 3 months? I have not heard them articulate what their values are. So during this conversation here, let's see what their values are. At least for UDA, they have shown us who they are.
Now, I want us to continue with the panel and discussion, but before we go deep into that, I have a quick and humble request for those who are watching the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, Sifuna is very clear, and you can understand where he's heading to. He has said that the other formations have walked the same journey with ODM. So indirectly, what seems to be happening is that Sifuna is endorsing someone who has walked the same journey with Raila Odinga as a presidential candidate. That person is none other than Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Without mentioning, that is what he means. And indeed, if you check, during Code Coalition, Kalonzo Musyoka was with Raila Odinga. It came to NASA Coalition, which was one of the most organized coalition I ever saw. Kalonzo was right there with Raila Odinga. Then it came to Azimio, where even Kalonzo himself was shortchanged with the Mother Karua, but he still stayed around Raila Odinga when Mudavadi and Wetangula walked away. I think you can connect this. So if there is someone who has really stayed with Raila Odinga, even in bad times, when he's even being sidelined, it's none other than Kalonzo Musyoka. So for Sifuna, I believe that for the longest time Kalonzo stayed with Baba, he believed in Raila Odinga's ideology, and the ODM party is founded on ideologies that Raila Odinga supported. Therefore, the person who can carry forward such ideologies is none other than Kalonzo Musyoka. But with William Ruto, he doesn't. And yes, to that extent, there is truth here. Raila Odinga supported the 2010 Constitution. What did William Ruto do? Ruto opposed the Constitution that is using today to govern this country. And the Kenyans were asking, how do we elect someone who did not believe in the Constitution that we have today to use that Constitution to govern this country? That was the question. So, for quite a very long time, Raila and William Ruto have not walked the same path. Isipokuwa ile ya 2007. So for that matter, the key person here is Kalonzo. So ODM should be gravitating towards Kalonzo Musyoka and embrace Kalonzo, work with him. Yani, ingelikuwa kwa siasa madeni inalipwa. Ukweli wa mambo ni kwamba Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka ilikuwa lipwe deni na hawa jamaa wa ODM. But in politics, it is different. Politics is about betrayal and counter-betrayal. That has been the nature of politics. Sio mchezo safi. Ni mchezo very rough. Now, for Sifuna, I believe that Ruto will not win. The question is, how or why? Now, the truth is that when you look on how Ruto has operated in this country, definitely you find out that majority of Kenyans are really not comfortable the way, the manner in which the current regime is governing this country. High cost of living, overtaxation of Kenyans, which has caused many people to lose their jobs. When investors are overtaxed, there are two things. They either leave or they cut down on the operations, that is manpower. Kama nilikuwa na wafanyakazi 100, narudisha wabaki 80, so that I can make profit and manage to pay these people. So already you are rendering some people jobless. It has happened. Many Kenyans have been retrenched, and for that matter, they have every reason not to support William Ruto. That is where Sifuna belongs. And you see, there is something he said, and I will be looking into that video separately, that right now, the ongoing activities in ODM party are not funded by the party. ODM party is getting money from the taxpayers through kuna hii mambo ya vyama, through the party. There's the percentage they normally get from the party shares. That is what they should be using to run the affairs of the party. But Sifuna is telling us that there is another person who is sponsoring ODM activities, and they are not withdrawing from the party to fund their activities. Who is this person? There's a worried person that he needs ODM by every means. Why? Because the ground is not ready with him. So what makes him to say that Ruto can lose this election? Number one, Mount Kenya supported William Ruto. As of now, where is Mount Kenya? Mount Kenya is with regard to Gachagwa. Gachagwa right now is planting a sense of political direction among the masses. And their position and the views is that they are protesting against the administration. So Mount Kenya will offer a protest vote on the ballot. And therefore Ruto is aware that there is protest card already awaiting him from an area where he won by highest number of votes, more than even what he got from his own region. So kama Sifuna anasema hivyo, na tukiangalia Mount Kenya yuko na Ruto, tunauliza basi sasa Ruto anatoa wapi kura za kutumia kuziba mwanya ule? That's not the question. And you see now he's coming to Western. He is really on the neck of ODM. But is these areas or regions ready to rescue William Ruto? That's another question that we should be answering. I don't know your views, but Sifuna has made his mind very clear. He has communicated as of now. And therefore, to continue with this discussion, let us meet at the comment section. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.